It was a nice bounce-back win yesterday at the Coliseum. Some clutch hitting mixed in with some solid starting pitching and help from the back end of the bullpen all led to a victory as the A's evened up the series. Today, with a win, the Green and Gold can break even on this 10-game homestand, which would be big before they embark on a 3-city road trip. A's and Angels, final game of the series, coming up next. Championship has a place to be, and so is the Coliseum. It is Father's Day. We hope you're having a good one. And it is also the rubber game of the series. Daniel Migden's going to get the baseball today for the Athletics. A's and the Angels coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Dallas Braden, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Happy Father's Day to all the great dads out there. Pitching matchup, Andrew Heaney and Daniel Migden. And Dallas, interesting, Migden coming off a couple of tough starts, and Heaney, his last start, the shortest of his season. So both guys looking to turn it around a little bit. Yeah, both guys looking for a bounce-back outing. We'll start with Daniel Migden. Daniel Migden has been outstanding early on, but struggled, as you said, over the last 8 2/3 innings, 12 runs, Kipe. The long ball and free passes have kind of nipped him. And for Andrew Heaney, as you mentioned, coming off the shortest start, but an outstanding May for Andrew Heaney. Again, looking to bounce back and take the series against the Oakland A's. It's been a good series for Stephen Piscotty. It's been a good month for Piscotty. And really, if you think about the season for him, listen, he changes teams, he changes leagues. His mother passes away. He's had a lot going on. I think he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, the month of June, as the calendar has turned, has treated him well, hitting .318, on-base percentage of .380, right around near .400. OPS of .835 as well, Kipe, and he is hitting the fastball over the last 2 weeks, a well-hit average of .400. So for Stephen Piscotty, get the heater, get the foot down early, and start swinging. Keep swinging. All right, so Piscotty and the A's trying to win a series here at home before heading out on what will be a 10-game road trip starting Tuesday night in San Diego. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back to the Coliseum. It's the A's and the Angels on Father's Day.
Designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares. No hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the $5.99 Jack Spicy Chicken Club Combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
Well, that group looked like they were having a good time.
That's right. Barbecue is rocking.
Solid tailgate going on, and we got a ball game. So fathers and sons out on the field. A beautiful Sunday afternoon. It is Father's Day. So again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Dallas, you're a father for the first. This is your first Father's Day.
Yes.
This is big.
Very exciting.
And
very
you're
exciting.
Get home and see your wife and young daughter. So good for you. Game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 68 degrees. Very comfortable day. Not much of a breeze. And the Angels and the A's set to square off in the rubber game of this series. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Angels. Their lineup is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It's going to go Kinsler, Trout, Upton, Pujols, Fernandez, Simmons, Valbuena, Maldonado, and Young. That's your Angels starting lineup.
Taking on Daniel Mingden, looking to shake off the rust last time out against the Houston Astros. We talked about the tremendous start and the great season, frankly, that Daniel Mingden has had up until this point. Scuffled the last couple times out. Looking to get himself back on track here against the Anaheim Angels.
Defensively for the A's, behind Migden, it'll be Pinder left, Canna in center, and Piscotty is in right. Lowry's at third, Simeon at short, Barreto at second, Olsen at first, and Jonathan Lucroy is the catcher. Now Migden has finished his warm-up tosses, and we are set to roll as Kinsler steps into the batter's box. Angels won Friday night. A's came back to win yesterday's game 6-4 under the sunshine here at the Coliseum. Lots of blue today for Father's Day.
Umpires dialed in. The mask and hat combo ready to rock. Wristbands galore. It's a bright blue sky. It's a bright blue day.
So Migden appearing in for the sign. He's ready, and the first pitch of the ball game to Ian Kinsler drops low. Umpires today, it'll be the crew chief Mark Carlson calling balls and strikes, and it's Knight, Holberg, and Lenz. Kinsler on the second pitch of the game drops one into right center field for a base hit. So Ian Kinsler picks up his second hit in this series.
Well, and this is going to be key moving forward for Daniel Mingden. Not only here after the second pitch, this curveball 82 up in the zone, but for the rest of the game, this is going to be something to pay attention to for Daniel Mingden. Hasn't had quite the success on his off speed that he's had in recent times out, Kipe. He struggled. The swing and miss rate on non-fastballs over the last month, second lowest across Major League Baseball, 14%. League average, roughly 31%.
Swing and miss on off-speed pitches. Oh, well, that's something to keep an eye on. PitchCast is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. 0-1 to Mike Trout, hitting .323, 23 home runs for Trout. He is 4 for 6 in the series. He has scored 3 runs.
Okay, just something to pay attention to as well. Daniel Mingden, obviously a lot of success running that fastball up out of the zone. 41% chase rate on elevated fastballs. That's second in baseball. You think about Mike Trout, not a lot of success getting to that pitch up in the zone. Could be a weapon against Trout today.
And now Kinsler caught in the middle. Barreto running him back toward Olsen. And Olsen puts the tag on Kinsler, and that's the first out of the game.
Well, This is why communication is so key. You see Mingden locked in on his target. Step off, so he steps off. And what you'd like to see him do is what we call hook him. And that's get around to second base and force this runner back to first base. But with limited time, he does a good job of giving that ball up, get it to the athlete and Barreto. And let's let the kids play.
So 0-1 the count to Mike Trout. And Trout is drilled. So Trout will head to first base. Kind of a heat seeker, right at, looked like right around the elbow area.
Will continue to run in. Talk about chasing him in. See, Trout's got a pad, no harm, no foul. Everybody's fine. You know,
and I bet he's glad he has that pad.
Yeah, I don't know that it would have sounded much different coming off the tricep of Mike Trout, though, you know?
That's true. Trout tricep is probably harder than that pad.
Strong.
So Justin Upton steps in. Fewest hit batsman in the American League this year. Yankees 23, the Angels 26, the A's 24. See, the thing with Trout, though, he's the kind of guy, like now he'll steal a bag.
Oh, sure.
Okay. You annoyed me a little bit. You tried to pick me off. Now I'm dirty. It's not even.
Yeah,
like
he's going.
second inning yet.
I got mud on my oven mitt. Now I'm going to get to second.
Grounded to short. Slowly hit. Simeon's got it out at second. Barreto's throw to first. Not quite in time. So 2 outs with Upton aboard. Speaking of hit by pitches, the A's got hit 3 times yesterday.
Yep. Oh. Little spinner there on the back end of Pinder. Ole takes one off the wheel and Piscotty right in the 6-pack.
So 2 away. Here's Albert Pujols. Upton aboard on the fielder's choice. First pitch is high to Pujols.
Kind of talk about the Angels not really wearing those fastballs, not really creeping up on the inside part of the plate. And for Daniel Mingden, that kind of plays into his hand. He's had the success he's had because he's able to pitch to the inside part of the plate. 181 BABIP on fastballs inside last season.
That one grounded up the middle. That's Barreto, who's right there. His throw is in the dirt, but it's dug out by Olsen, and that will do it for the Angels in the top of the first. brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It's Simeon, Pinder, Lowry, Davis, Olsen, Canna, Lucroy, Piscotti, and Barreto. Keep an eye on Pinder against the left-hander, Andrew Heaney.
Yeah, the southpaw Heaney. You mentioned it, Kipe had a rough one last time out. This is a guy who's done a great job of filling the strike zone up. He'll give you a little bit of a backwards approach at times too. Soft early, hard late. And like Daniel Mingden, likes to use the fastball, up in the zone as well. So pay attention to the expansion of the strike zone with the heater from Andrew Heaney.
So he'll face Marcus Semien, leading things off for the A's here in the bottom of the first. Heaney, the left-hander, delivers, and it's inside. Way inside.
Yep.
Almost hit Semien. And that one's inside.
And it's a 2-0 count for Marcus Semien. Gotta like where you're at. That's why you gotta hit your spots, Kipe.
Gotta be thinking it's gonna be a good day. So now 3-0. One eased in there for a strike. Semien at 256, 6 homers, 27 RBIs, and he is 2 for 8 with a homer and a double in the series. Shallow left. Andrelton Simmons goes out, and Simmons has it. So one away here in the first inning. Let's take a look at the Angels defense. It has Upton, Trout, and Young left, center, and right. Valbuena, Simmons, Kinsler, Fernandez, third, short, second, and first, with the Gold Glover Martin Maldonado doing the catching. One out for Pinder. Pinder playing left field again today. Pinder on Friday night was the starting third baseman. Yesterday he was the starting left fielder, and he's back out there again today.
You know, Kipe, I was having a good conversation with the skipper Bob Melvin during batting practice today about Chad Pinder, and I just asked him how important is it for you to know you have a guy like Chad Pinder that can make things easy on yourself. And he said, you know what, you're seeing it. You know, Chapman goes down, I'm able to slide him over there at third base. I can plug him in anywhere in the outfield. But anytime you've got injuries or you've got guys that need days off, and you've got a guy like Chad Pinder who he feels, and I think a lot of people frankly feel, given the opportunity to play every day, he could be a guy. But the role he finds himself here in Oakland, he takes advantage.
When there's so many injuries now around baseball, it just seems like there's more every year. I don't know that that's true, but it seems that way. Almost to the point where you need to have a guy like Pinder.
Well, and I think also this year, Kipe, with the advent of the 10-day DL, we start to see guys, you know, teams don't necessarily want to take 2 or 3 days to see how things are going to go. They'd rather put you on the list and let that be that.
It's the starts breakdown for Pinder, mostly in the outfield. Two and one to Lowry, who is playing third base today again. He's hitting .282 with 9 home runs.
But see, Kipe, his ability to play both corner outfield spots and play serviceable defense up the middle, very, very important. Those are crucial defensive positions, especially up the middle.
Pop up into foul territory is Fernandez, the first baseman, and he makes the catch. So Andrew Heaney has a 3-up, 3-down first inning, no score after 1. fastball is our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go. Daniel Migden gave up a single and he hit a batter. He also picked a runner off, which certainly helped his cause in the top of the first inning. So he'll face Fernandez, Simmons, and Valbuena here in the second.
Right there, Kite. First pitch fastball inside. Got to get back to owning the inside part of the plate if you're Daniel Migden.
Little flare to left. Pinder hustling in, and Pinder makes the catch. So one away. Hey, here's our Coors Light refreshing finish. Sean Manaea yesterday pitched well, got himself a win, and it was good to see him, if nothing else, just get a win. So he's starting to look a little bit better, starting to look more like the April Sean Manaea as opposed to the May Sean Manaea.
Well, he's starting to get comfortable, and I think what we saw yesterday from Sean Manaea was confidence in the slider as well, Kipe. Not a ton of them thrown yesterday, but when you're able to get the results you're looking for in a limited body of work on those pitches, meaning, let's say through 4 or 5. You got Trout a couple times, swing and miss. You got Kinsler, Valbuena. I mean, when you start to have success with that pitch, it starts to build your confidence. And
Barreto handles a tricky little hop, and Andrelton Simmons is out.
And you don't feel like the other team is coming up there and eliminating pitches or eliminating a side of the plate because you're just fastball changeup. And while you might be confident in that, and while you might be able to execute with just those 2 pitches, adding a third pitch presents a completely different dynamic.
Yeah, if you only have 2 pitches and a hitter can eliminate one of them for the most part, well, what does that tell you?
Right.
Tells me he knows what's coming.
He's going to have a good shot at guessing.
And that's an interesting baseball terminology, though, eliminating a pitch. And maybe you can explain it better than I do, but if you're a hitter and you see a guy struggling with this curveball and he throws you one and it's not really close to being a strike, well, then in the hitter's mind, he eliminates that pitch, meaning, you know what, he may throw it again, but it's probably not going to be a strike. And even if it is a strike, I don't want to swing at that pitch.
No, you did a pretty good job. I mean, the idea is if it's something that he hasn't been able to command for a strike, you tell yourself, forget about it.
So
and if
it leaves your mind. Yeah.
And if he throws it for a strike, I tip my cap and I wait for the one that I know he's going to have to throw again, which is the fastball, and I'm going to be ready. And that is a very uncomfortable feeling as a big league pitcher, to have big league hitters waiting and guessing correctly.
And you know, as a pitcher, right? You know when a hitter's going, I'm eliminating that pitch. Probably not a great feeling.
Well, that's why we talk about paying attention and becoming a reader of swings. And before they swing, they take pitches, right? So learn to gather information just by the way a hitter takes a pitch. If he's stumbling out over the plate but hasn't swung, tells you he's looking for that pitch out over the heart of the plate. Probably beat him inside. So you got to pay attention to those little things.
0-2 to Valbuena. The curve is popped up. And Barreto grabs it. So good inning for Daniel Migden. Bottom of the second coming up. Chris Davis to lead it off. No score.
Happy Father's Day, Dadas! Yay!
Well, Chris Davis is going to lead off with that in mind.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's a positive vibe right there. That's a positive vibe.
That's awesome. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Davis, Olsen, and Canna for the A's. First pitch is a strike on the inside corner. How many games does it take Chris Davis to reach 20 home runs in the last 3 years? He's ahead of the pace, big time.
And he missed some time, Kai.
He did miss some time.
That's with a little vacation in there as well. Coming back from the groin injury since his return from the DL on May 31st. He's featured an OPS of 1,048. It's no mystery to really anybody who pays attention to Oakland A's baseball. As Chris Davis goes, the rest of this lineup will go. There's some other guys that are obviously very important, but Chris Davis right smack dab in the middle of the production for the Oakland A's.
And that one in the dirt. And Chris Davis in 2016, 42 homers, 102 RBIs. Last year, 43 homers, 110 RBIs. Ahead of that pace this year, the home run pace. So 3-2 now to Davis. That pitch just a little bit high, and it's a leadoff walk. So what about Chris Davis against the AL West? In his 2.5 years with the A's, 20 home runs against the Rangers, 17 against the Mariners, 12 against the Angels, and 11 against the Astros. He just crushes the Rangers. Of course, he's got a 3-homer game against them.
Yep. That always helps. But that's what we've been talking about, is the lack of success in recent years. And frankly, this season as well against the AL West. So important. You've got to play good baseball within the division. And when you're in the division with teams like the Astros, like the white-hot Mariners right now, an Angels team that feels like they can be standing somewhere towards the end of September as well.
Not an easy division.
No. Matt Olson against the lefty Heaney, 0-2. 80% of the time, Heaney 2 strikes in the first 3 pitches to lefties.
Some of the A's numbers against the AL West compared to the rest of the American League and a little bit of the National League. Average down, runs down, ERA up. Matt Olson swings and misses at a breaking ball. Second strikeout for Andrew Heaney.
That's that curveball down and away. This has been the money maker for Andrew Heaney. Curveball down. Talk about Andrew Heaney filling up the zone early against the lefties. Puts them on the defensive. Matt Olson just trying to cover the outside part of the plate here, and a good curveball from Heaney.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. First pitch to Canna is up and away. Canna at 238 with 7 home runs at 21 RBIs.
You see that first pitch changeup from Andrew Heaney. You don't see it a lot from guys. I know the old school thought is, what are you changing up off of? We've talked about that at length. But 23% of the time, change up on the first pitch over the last month for Andrew Heaney. That's tops in all of baseball. League average around 9.5%, so it's not something you see a lot of folks do. But for Heaney, we talked about him working backwards as well. Soft early, hard late, expansion up with the fastball. So this is his MO.
And that one is hit deep to left field, and that baby's gone. Two-run homer for Mark Canha here in the second inning.
Well, Heaney tries to come in soft with that changeup right down Broadway, and Mark Canha is on time. The Canada man can cut. All aboard. Next stop, Pound Town.
So number 8 for Canha. And here's Jonathan Lucroy, who takes a pitch a little bit high. So Canha now 8 homers and 23 RBIs. In their first strike. That's the 3rd home run in this series for the A's, and their 90th of the year. They're 6th in the league in total home runs hit. A little bit inside. Trying to work the inner half to some of these hitters.
You know, to Canha, first pitch changeup, then he comes back and misses with the fastball. At that point in time is where I would typically, in my opinion, start to double up. But he went changeup again, and Canha was looking out over for it.
It's the 2 starters so far in this series.
A couple lefties there, Tyler Skaggs and John Lamb.
Lucroy fights that one off.
Type just a note here for Andrew Heaney. This 2-2 count here against the right-handed hitting Lucroy. 0 strikeouts on the curveball this season against right-handed hitters. 0.
And Lucroy, one around. He tried to hold up, couldn't do it. So Lucroy strikes out.
Well, and guess what, Kite? It's on the curveball. And I don't know that Lucroy went all the way around. He made a heck of an effort to stop it.
He tried.
Just didn't get the love.
So 2 outs. Here's Piscotty.
You can see first pitch breaking ball. We mentioned Andrew Heaney liking to work backwards.
Piscotty is 3 for 6 in the series. Got a double, couple of RBIs. And now 1-2, and as we talked about Piscotty in the open of our show, having a good month of June, and he's been good at home.
Home cooking never hurt anybody.
4 home runs, 29 RBIs. Sharp slider, and Piscotty strikes out. So 3 strikeouts for Heaney, but the A's say, you know what? That's okay, because we got a 2-run homer from Mark Canha. So 3rd inning coming up. The A's lead the Angels 2-0. So a little room to work for Daniel Migden as he faces Maldonado, Young, and Kinsler. First pitch to Maldonado is hit very high and very deep and foul.
It's a loud strike, Cut.
It was a loud strike.
Just a loud strike, that's all.
I think Maldonado guessed fastball and he got it.
Yeah, and we talked about Daniel Migden not having a ton of success utilizing that off speed for swing and misses or soft contact. And anytime you see a swing like that, it's time to dig a little deeper into that repertoire.
That was a much better pitch. Took a little off, down and away. Maldonado went after it. Just barely got a piece of it. So the count 0-2.
That's a well located slider down and away. Maldonado aggressive early.
It's going to be a battle.
I don't like his chances.
It's going to be a battle. 0-2 pitch, another curveball, loop foul. Maldonado 1 for 4. He did not play in the game on Friday. He was in the lineup yesterday. Two pitch is a fastball that's very high in the count 1-2. Migden 17 for 24. That's 71% in shutdown inning opportunities.
And you get your boys, scratch them across for you. Want to get them back in as soon as possible.
Foul straight back. Fastball at 92 miles an hour.
Well, this is where you'd like to see Daniel Migden have some confidence in himself to be able to bounce that breaking ball. Check out our friend here in the back. Heads up!
Whoa! Heads.
We got a net. You're all right. You're all right. Just hang with us.
I think the floor dropped out underneath it. Curve, strike 3 call.
And that's just beautiful sequencing right there on the behalf of Jonathan Lucroy. You don't get the call on the breaking ball. Maldonado's able to fight those off. You expand higher than high with the fastball up in the zone. Maldonado offers it one of them, and now you come back with Uncle Charlie. Can I help you, Maldonado? No thanks, just looking.
Here's Chris Young. Chris Young swings and misses. Young had a 3-run homer, which was, at the time, Angels were feeling pretty good.
He got himself a fastball. Did not miss.
And he got himself a fastball and did not miss. Angels are on the board. So no doubter for Chris Young.
Well, again, location. This pitch is center cut. Chris Young, he's got the ability to jump ship. For Daniel Migden, it's just about working down in the zone. He's got the ability to move the fastball around today. It looks like if he can stay out of the middle, he'll be all right.
Generally a good idea, right?
That's usually part of the game plan.
Top of the order in Ian Kinsler. Kinsler had a base hit to open up the ball game. 2 for 9 in the series. He hit his 9th home run of the year on Friday. Check swing right into the Angels dugout. right on the outside corner. Good pitch there by Migden.
That's a great pitch for Migden. If he can start to command that changeup, that will really alleviate a lot of pressure off that fastball.
Just got a piece of it. There's the Kinsler home run on Friday night.
Down again, Chris Bassett trying to work in, and that thing just stays middle. And look, Hype, it's no mystery. You make mistakes in the center of the zone. It's the big leagues, baby.
1-2 pitch down and away. Migden started against the Angels in that opening series. It was the 3rd game of the year. He gave up 5 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings on the 31st of March. And the Angels won that game 8-3. Toward Piscotti in right field, who's right there. So 2 away.
Well, you've got the opportunity to really go back to the drawing board and do some homework. Knowing you're going to square off against these guys a few more times, you'll have an opportunity to get back at them.
Migden, he'll face him again probably down the road. First pitch to Trout. Outside. Angels are 38-33 at the moment. They're 8.5 games back of the Astros in the AL West. They've been a good road team this year. They're 21-15 on the road. There's the West with the Astros losing in Kansas City right now in the 8th inning. And the Mariners just underway against the Red Sox, no score in the 2nd inning. So the Astros are winning 6-4 in the 8th inning over Kansas City.
Well, that's a heck of a pitch by Migden there. Coming off that changeup, excuse me, that fastball going to the curveball.
And now 2-2 to Trout.
Now this is where it gets interesting. Trout, obviously a good low ball hitter. You'd like to see Migden expand down with that breaking ball and or changeup, whichever he decides to go to.
Lucroy going through the side, sets up outside, and Trout checks his swing and a pitch down and away.
And just that little check, Kite, that lets you know if you're Migden and if you're Lucroy. He's looking out over there. If you're able to locate this pitch down and away, a good pitcher's pitch, you're probably going to get Trout to bite. You might even be able to beat him inside. Easier said than done, though, against Mike Trout.
3-2 pitch and just off the plate. Close.
Well, that's a heck of a try. Not wanting to give in to Trout with the fastball. Potential tie ball game. You miss your spot here. 88. We talked about it. You mentioned it. Could see him check at that pitch before. He was looking out. Again, was able to put the peepers on him.
So here's Upton, who reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Upton did not play yesterday. Had some back stiffness, but feeling a little bit better today, so he's in there. That pitch misses outside. Upton with 15 home runs and 40 RBIs. Upton was in a wonderful position this past off season. He had an opt-out in his contract. If he opted out, he would be leaving 4 years and $88 million on the table. But the Angels desperately wanted him back.
Needed him back.
He likes it in Anaheim. So they worked together and said, well, how about we add one more year onto your deal for $17 million. So basically they took a 4-year $88 million deal and made it a 5-year $106 million deal.
I'm in.
So Upton got one more year. Everybody's happy. And
well, you got to remember that was the big part about the Upton move, right? Was you weren't. This isn't a rental. You've got the ability to acquire this man for a while.
Absolutely.
Build around him and Trout and Ohtani.
Upton's still. I mean, it seems like he's been around a long time, and he has been, but he's only 30 years old. He got to the big leagues
30?
at a very young age.
Well, yeah, him and his brother both. And him being the younger brother of Melvin Upton.
He got to the big leagues at the age of 20.
Yeah.
In 2007. A good move by the Angels to not only get him, but then make sure that he stays with them for a while.
Well, they needed help, right? They needed help in left field.
Yeah.
They needed help out there.
Well, that's been kind of the black hole for a while since Hamilton left.
Right.
Left field, but it's Upton's now. And there's a walk. So back-to-back 2-out walks, and now Pujols will hit. So Scott Emerson will check in.
Well, this has been the issue for Mingman the past couple times out, right? He's a guy who has been a model of control. When you think back to May, I think he walked 4 guys in the entire month of May, I think, Kype. And now here in June, coming into today's start, 7 walks, 2 more today. That's 9.
Yeah, he walked 3 at Texas. He walked 4 against Houston in his last 2 starts. So that right there is a little bit of a red light.
It's just obviously battling with some command issues. That's clearly the case, and we've talked about the lack of ability to get some swing and miss on the off speed. That tells you maybe a little bit having a difficult time putting guys away with 2 strikes. Start to labor a little more throughout the outing.
Pujols grounded out in the first inning. First pitch strike.
So he's comfortable right now throwing that first pitch slider, strike 1. Working off of that.
Pujols takes that one. Pujols 1 for 9 in the series. His career RBI total 1,955. Don't forget, there's only 3 players in Major League Baseball history that have driven in over 2,000 runs. Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Alex Rodriguez. Long look by Migden. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So Hank Aaron is the all-time RBI leader, 2,297. But you see where Pujols is, he's 6th. So Pujols, he's what? Let's see, right around 350 away from the all-time record.
Yeah. Very doable.
Well, he's going to get. He may get close to that. 3 more years left on his contract if he stays healthy, stays productive. There's a shot towards center. Canna coming in. Canna goes into a dive, and he cannot catch it. He got a glove on it, but could not hold on, and Trout comes in to score, Upton to 3rd, and this game is tied. Well, I thought Canna had it.
I thought he had it too, Kype, and he did a great job off the bat coming in. This ball not hit as well as it sounded. And again, Mark Canna charging. You see him take himself off to the side, knowing he's going with the backhand approach to the dive. And you see they're just off the end of the webbing. And what's tough here, as you start to turn your body, that angle of the glove changes, and you're not able to completely corral that ball like you thought you would. That glove starts to bend back just a touch off the webbing. Makes it difficult to grab. Heck of an effort by Mark Cannon.
And for Pujols, his 38th RBI of the year. So against the Athletics, his 75th RBI. He joined the Angels in 2012. Oh, 1 to Jose Fernandez. We got a brand new ball game. And that one out of line to Olsen, who grabs it side retired. Couple of runs for the Angels. Bottom of the third coming up. We're tied at 2.
Little boys. By the time that you watch this, Joshua will be about 1 month old, and I already know that he will be head over heels in love with you, just like his big brother and his mommy. We appreciate the love that you give us and the leadership you give this family every single day, and we just want to let you know that Isaiah, Joshua, and mommy love you so much. Happy Father's Day.
Well, a very nice message from the Marcus Semien family. Does he have the 2 boys now? He said Isaiah, his oldest one, who's just barely 2, maybe not even quite 2 yet, watches every game, locks in.
He's got the rundown. He's trucking, man. He's trucking. Hey, Dad, how's it feel to be the 2nd best athlete in the house now?
Absolutely. Actually, 3rd. Marcus's wife was a tremendous athlete, and he admits it. He said, yeah, the skills will come from her. Franklin Barreto trying to get things started here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 2-2 game. And Barreto hits it hard into left field for a base hit. Keep an eye on Barreto. He's fast, and he makes a big turn. So leadoff single for Franklin Barreto. I think he needed that.
And you know what, Kipe? That big turn lets you know that he knew he needed that as well. I mean, be aggressive. I've been here before. This is a nice solid base knock through the 6th hole. Franklin Barreto hopefully continuing to get an opportunity to play with some consistency and get his legs underneath himself. He's got a lot to offer, Kipe, and you just love to see him get the opportunity to show it on a day-in, day-out basis.
Well, he may get an opportunity now, at least for a little bit. He's getting set for a 10-game road trip, which will be San Diego, Chicago, Detroit. 2 in San Diego, 4 against the White Sox in Chicago, 4 against the Tigers.
You know, I think about first couple outings for Frankie Montas this time around, and the excitement he showed, the emotion he showed. And for me, it's a sign of him getting comfortable in his own skin, getting comfortable at the big league level. And it's so important for guys, especially guys like Barreto, who've been here, haven't gotten the consistent playing time that he'd like, and I'm sure folks would like to see him get. But when you start to get comfortable, start to square up baseballs, start to let that emotion shine through at the big league level, those are little indicators, kind of let you know a guy's he's close.
Two 2-1 pitch is low. Home run for Marcus Semien yesterday.
There's a big blast. Oakland definitely needed it. Semien needed it as well. Continue to get him going.
Decent lead by Barreto. Toward Trout. Trout was playing right there, and he's got it. So now Pinder will hit.
Now batting left fielder, DC Pinder.
Pinder struck out swinging in the first inning. First pitch is hit toward third. And a nice play by Valbuena, and that's a nice double play turned by the Angels. So a backhanded play by Valbuena, and the A's do not score.
Hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Back here at the Coliseum on Father's Day. Nice day, huh?
Sharing some popcorn with the kiddos.
Well, I'm sure you've been with us for the whole homestand. sure you're ready to head home, see your daughter.
Well, it's never a bad day at the ball field, Kite, but it's always a good day when you're around.
Well, she's less than a year, so do we have action yet? Is she walking?
Oh, she is trying to walk. She was trying to walk, I feel like, a month or so ago, but we've been.
So she's a falling timber right now.
Exactly. It's a controlled fall in the crib. Yep, it's about what she's got in the bag. But she is she's about that size.
Awesome.
But she is swimming like a fish these days. Been doing swimming lessons for quite a few months.
Good pitch there by Migden, right on the corner. So 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2 here for Migden. Little note here, Kipe. Andrelton Simmons has not struck out against right-handed pitching in his last 95 plate appearances.
Lowry reaches down to his left and makes a nice play. So Jed Lowry looks pretty good at third. He's played there many times before.
Well, it's funny we mentioned the control fall in the crib, and here Jed catches a worm burner from Simmons. Be able to get down and smother this bad boy.
Well, Bob Melvin over the weekend talking a lot about Lowry and the fact that he's moving over to play third for a while anyways, as long as Chapman's out. I guess as a manager, you go to a veteran guy and say, listen, we need you at third.
Right.
And Jed was like, hey, whatever you want me to do, I'm fine. Well, there may be guys who hesitate a little bit.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And
not necessarily on this team, or we're not throwing names out there, but listen, veteran guy locked into one position. It does happen where they would balk a little bit. Not the case with Lowry.
Not at all. And I mean, not only does that speak to Jed's flexibility and his character, but flexibility as an athlete, character as a teammate and as a man, understanding this is what's best for the team right now. And you also have to consider the fact that Franklin Barreto coming up. As you see there, the defense shift back over. Simeon back to shortstop. Jed back over to second base. You're going to get the opportunity to Franklin Barreto to be able to play every day and make an impact.
Two to Luis Valbuena.
So for Jed Lowry, in my opinion, it was a no-brainer for him, because he genuinely is the whatever you need, Skip kind of guy.
Two to Valbuena, who popped out to second his last at bat. This one, maybe the same thing. Lowry's fighting that sun. So is Simeon, and Lowry makes the catch. That, my friends, was a wrestling match with a pop-up.
Looked like some sort of rain dance out there. I got it. No, you got it. I got it. Who's got it? Well, I don't got it. You got it? You take it. I got it. That's kind of how that goes.
Relief hits right about there.
And if you're the pitcher, you're going, oh.
And I think Jed had it the whole way, but the eyes were starting to water a little bit right at the end.
That's tough. You don't really have the ability to kind of shield yourself off or block your body off to one side. Tough play. That's why they got the shades on. That's right.
0-1 to Maldonado. Maldonado struck out looking in the third, the only strikeout for Migden so far. 2 in the second for the A's, 2 in the third for the Angels. Straightaway defense for the A's against Maldonado. Red Sox breaking out early, Dallas. Red Sox leading the Mariners 5-0 in the third inning up at Safeco.
Jumping on Mike Leake.
misses badly.
You can see Luke just kind of tell him to stay back. Want to see Mignon. What we've seen from Mignon today is a little bit better job of creating that angle downhill on his pitches, on his release point. Stuff hasn't flattened out the way we saw last time out against the Astros.
Chopped slowly. Simeon charges on the run. Side retired. Good inning for Daniel Mignon. And we are going to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Lowry, Davis, and Olsen.
Happy Father's Day, we love you.
That's a good-looking group right there, huh? The Lowry family.
It's a great scene, man. Great scene. Family on the big green yard.
2-2 game, bottom of the 4th inning. Hope you're enjoying your Father's Day. He's in a good spot right there.
Yeah. Wake up just in time for the middle of the ball game, catch some action.
For a walk-off, maybe? First pitch to Jed Lowry. He's a little up and away. Lowry fouled out to first to end the 1st inning. Rolls that one up the 3rd base line. A's trying to get back to the 500 mark today. They're 35 and 36. Also could get back to 500 at home where they're 19 and 20.
And the one thing they do have going for them is they're going to go hit San Diego after today, leaving town, hopefully taking a happy plane flight. And then from San Diego, Kipe, on to our friends in the Central.
Yes, Chicago and Detroit.
A's have had some success against the AL Central.
So maybe an opportunity there on the 10-game road trip that's coming up. It's just a 2-game series in San Diego. The Padres will be here for a 2-game series. It's 4th of July, right? 3rd and the 4th of July. White Sox certainly in a rebuilding mode. Really, as are the Tigers, but the Tigers are 2.5 games out of first place.
Imagine that.
So a few notes on what's coming up. Christian Villanueva has been a pretty good story for the Pods. He's got 15 home runs. Jose Abreu, just another very fine season for him. Castellanos doing his thing with 39 RBIs. We may not recognize the Detroit Tigers a whole lot, but hey, they're 2 games under 500, hanging around. A's will play 20 of the next 25 games on the road. So there's your road stretch coming up.
I mean, for all the conversations had and surrounding the Cleveland Indians,
cannot get it going. Maldonado, a long run, and the catcher hangs on. So that is the first out here in the 4th inning. Now the A's on the road this year, 16-16 as we look at our Lowe's whole team together, and has to do with some of the notes from the road. They've hit a whole bunch of home runs. In fact, the most home runs in all of Major League Baseball on the road this year. That number belongs to the A's. They're 2nd in slugging, so they're scoring plenty of runs on the road. And we'll see if they can continue that. Again, the A's 16-16 on the road, 19-20 at home. They've got a little bit better each road trip.
Right, and I think for the A's, what you'd like to do is match up pitching performances with obviously nice productive outings from the lineup.
Davis with a shot, maybe a knuckleball out toward Trout. He's got it for the 2nd out.
You're right, that was a knuckleball. That ball was absolutely stung. Mike Trout took a drop step to his left off the bat. And as that ball made its way out to him, he righted himself and actually caught it off to the right side of his body. That ball was absolutely crushed.
So with 2 outs, Matt Olson steps in. He struck out in the 2nd. 4 strikeouts and 1 walk for Heaney. Simmons playing pretty much right up the middle. Trout slid over a little bit toward left center, but not much.
Yeah, and see, Kai, you know, I think with all the conversation that Rob Manfred has had about eliminating shifts, this right here, this would be street legal.
Upton hustling over toward the line, and he's got it. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Heaney. We are on to the 5th 2-2 game.
Ball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
Top of the 5th inning, Chris Young leading things off. Takes the first pitch, strike. Young homered in the third, so he's got a couple of home runs in this series. Playing in right field today, of course, as we talked a lot about on Friday night, all the injuries in the Angels, and right now Cole Calhoun is still out. Zach Cozart is still out, so that's 2 regular players, and then their pitching staff just all beat up,
banged up,
all kinds of beat up. Though they deserve some credit, Dallas, with this is the Young home run.
Again, that little slider from Daniel Mingden just caught way too much of the plate. You can tell there. Go ahead and exhale. But you're right. He's been a nice little plug-in for Socha and the Angels.
But even with the situation with their pitching staff now, where they have relievers on the deal, they got starters, they still have the 4th best ERA in the American League. Team ERA of 3.74. So they're kind of holding things together, but so far it's worked. Now you may not want to try to do that for the full 6 months of a season, but
right.
It was that way last year a little bit with the Angels. The pitching actually hung in there. Lowry's got it near the bag at third, throws across to get done.
And much like the Oakland A's, you want to try to put both of these performances on at the same time. You're pitching well. Maybe you're a little banged up in regards to the lineup, but you're getting production. So you hear guys talk a lot about clicking on all cylinders, and very rarely is that going to happen over the course of a season. That's usually when you run into those 10+ game winning streaks. But you're right, for the Angels to be able to pitch and hold water and allow that offense to kind of do its thing.
Angels last year were 80 and 82, and they finished the 3rd straight season missing the playoffs. In fact, they've only made the postseason once in the last 8 years, and that was 2014 when they won the division, but they were promptly swept by the Royals in the division series. And that's kind of that constant storyline with the Angels. Are you wasting Mike Trout years?
Right.
Well, I guess technically you are.
There's really,
but I mean, it's not like their organization is not trying to put winning teams on the field. They spend a lot of money each and every year, so they're trying. You may not always agree with their decisions.
And that's kind of where I'm at, because we're talking about a player in Mike Trout over the course of the first 6 years of his career has put himself, Kipe, in the middle of Hall of Fame caliber players. 6 years into his career. You get to the Hall of Fame based on a 7-year peak. 10 years, dominance over a decade. This man is better than half the people in the Hall of Fame already.
That's true. More action for Lowry. Lowry straightens up and he throws a strike across the diamond, 2 outs, and here is Trout. But for an example, Dallas, this year, the Angels have a payroll of $171 million. That's 6th highest in baseball. It's up from 143 last year. So you went from 143 million to 171 million.
Yeah. Where did it go?
Went to Cozart. You know, so you know they're doing some things. Center field. Canna went back. Now he's got to hustle in, and it's going to fall. So that's just it's a defensive mistake by Mark Canna. And you see that with power hitters when the outfielder eyeballs the swing, he thinks it's going to be a long drive, but it was off the end of the bat.
Well, you can see there Mark Canna takes 2 steps back, that drop step, just not enough time to make up ground. And you're right, obviously, you get a guy with the power potential of Mike Trout, you read that swing, I feel like more times than not, you are going back on that ball, but just not the case.
So here's Upton. So hit number 4 for the Angels. Trout's been on base all 3 times. And of course, Trout leading the league in a whole bunch of categories, including on base percentage, which coming into today was .450. So that's going up.
No big deal, just roughly half the time.
Is that good?
I mean,
is that really good?
You've got to be in love with it if you're thinking you're Upton, your Pujols, your guys behind him.
Well, we talked about on Friday. 350 is pretty darn good.
We'll take it.
Trout's at 450 for on base percentage. In the dirt, 1-1 to Justin Upton, who has reached on a fielder's choice walk, so he's been on base twice.
In a little bit of a spot here for Daniel Mingden. You've got 2 outs, but you've got Upton. You got a hole on the right side. You want to be careful. You don't want to let Upton hurt you. And you've got Pujols on deck, a guy we've talked about at length. He's a guy who will cut his swing down with runners in scoring position, shorten up, hit the ball where it's pitched. So another tough AB looming on deck. If you're Daniel Mingden, got to bear down right here. Big AB against Justin Upton.
Trout digging in, pretty good lead at first. Not running. The ball's hit hard toward Lowry, who scoops it up. He'll go to second. And that will do it for the Angels. So they get a hit, nothing else. Bottom of the 5th coming up. We're still tied at 2.
We are so lucky to have you. Pound it for a homer. Go Waves!
He listened.
Yeah.
He's got a 2-run shot today.
Ask and you shall receive.
Fun. First pitch is popped up by Mark Canha. And Kinsler has it. So let's look at the Canha home run in the 2nd inning. Put some numbers on this one.
Get your calculators, folks. Dress it up with a little stat cast on the Canha blast. That's right. 101 off the wood. Hot launch angle 26 degrees. Almost 400 feet away from the dish at home. Canha. The Canha Man can.
2-0 counts this year for Mark Canha. He's 3 for 6. Well, that's what you're supposed to do when you get in that count.
That's why we call them cripple counts.
Yeah.
They can cripple an outing quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Lucroy struck out in his first at bat. sweeping curve, and it catches the outside corner. That pitch right there to Jonathan Lucroy, it looks like it's probably 4 feet outside. Watch where it's coming from.
Well, you got to think Andrew Heaney working from the first base side of the rubber.
And then he comes in with a fastball. Pretty good pitching right there by Heaney. You can see what he's trying to do.
Well, the Oakland A's present affordable ways for families and students to enjoy A's baseball. Among these great programs is an offer for 2 free kids tickets with every purchase of 1 adult ticket for Monday through Thursday home games from now through the month of August. The Summer Home Run Readers program and the Summer Slugger program are also ways for kids to win tickets. So for more information, to purchase tickets, visit athletics.com/family for details.
First pitch to Piscotti is on the outside corner, first strike. He's with just 2 hits so far against Andrew Heaney. He's got a nice little rhythm going right now.
Well, we talked about Andrew Heaney not afraid to go backwards, start you slow, start working that fastball later in the count, but after that second inning, Kite, you're right, he has really settled into a nice groove. No more than 12 pitches an inning after that second.
Well, he's retired 7 in a row. Barreto led off the 3rd inning with a base hit, but nothing since then for the A's. I would say she has her hands full. Just maybe I'm going out on a limb a little bit. Did I see food, beer, and child?
Yep.
I know it's Father's Day, but that may be Mom of the Year right there. That's a good effort. Man. Now if she catches a foul ball, then
yeah, she is.
Then she is Mom of the Year.
Well, she is literally and physically wearing it right now. How about the dad?
Yeah, he's like, come on.
Give me the nachos.
Get that food for me. Trout's got it, and Andrew Heaney has retired 8 in a row.
Hey guys, it's time for our sport.
In sale and get up to 40% off appliances and up to 65% off mattresses.
All right, we got a 2-2 game. It is the 6th inning. It'll be Pujols, Fernandez, and Simmons. First pitch, breaking ball in for a strike from Daniel Migden.
And that's what we're going to start to see out of Mings here. A little soft early.
And that one's hit high and deep to left field. Could be trouble. And that's gone. Albert Pujols gives the Angels the 3-2 lead. So 11th home run of the year for Pujols. Career home run number 625.
Well, he got that heater down, but it was middle. You can see Luke reaching back over across for this. They want this thing on the inside part of the plate. It just doesn't have enough time to finish up. And Albert Pujols, 600+ long balls. It's old hat for the machine.
One hit hard, but foul. So Angels grab the 3-2 lead. So they have hit a couple of home runs today. 4 home runs in this series. There he is. He's closing in on Ken Griffey Jr. He's not going to get to Willie Mays this year. But next year, Willie may have to slide over. Fernandez is retired. What a great list, though, if you just stop and look at it.
I mean, just littered with greatness.
Bonds, Aaron Ruth, Rodriguez, Mays. But again, now we've talked about this. 3 more years left on his contract, Dallas. Let's just say conservatively 25 home runs a year. That's 75. Whatever he hits this year, let's give him another 10. That's 85. We're just guesstimating. 85. Sure. Will you add 85? He's got him over 700.
It's a matter of him just staying healthy, Kite. That's really all it's about.
I mean, I think his days of hitting 40 home runs a year probably over, but I think he's still got 25 to 30 in him.
Sure.
And I may be shortchanging him a little bit. Last year, Albert Pujols hit 23. The year before that, he had 31. The year before that, he had 40. So good numbers. They've decreased over the last 3 years, but still. Last year, he knocked in 101.
You just got to think about opportunity. Get, again, healthy. The ABs.
And that's where that RBI, career total RBI, kind of comes into play. His last 3 years, 95, 119, 101. This year, he's got 39.
That's what makes him so special. Saw the shot of him there talking to Kinsler in the dugout. Being able to pass this information along.
I think there's Simmons takes the walk.
Let's take a look at that long ball from the machine here. Not even 100 miles an hour off the back, Kite. Launch angle, though, 30 degrees. Towards the upper echelon of that sweet spot we talk about all the time. 19 to 39 degrees.
So Petit starts to get himself ready. 5 1/3 innings so far for Migden at 83 pitches. And that one is drilled toward Piscotty coming in. Piscotty dives and he can't get it. Simmons around third. Simmons headed around second, headed for third, and he goes in with a head first slide. Very hard hit ball by Valbuena, and Piscotty made a heck of an effort. Just could not quite get it in his glove.
Yeah, this is a tremendous effort by Piscotty here. Makes the decision to lay out. Does a good job of keeping it in front of himself here. And Andrelton Simmons was running hard, made sure that Piscotty wasn't able to come up with it. And once he was able to determine that ball's on the ground, he is picking him up and putting him down. Simba safe head first into third. That'll bring out Scott Emerson. Lucroy to the mound. Simeon will join him.
Hey, Xfinity X1 customers, say show me the Oakland A's into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. So a little trouble here for Migden with a run in. First and third, 1 out for Maldonado. Petit should be ready soon. Maldonado, certainly a double play candidate, and that's what Migden needs right now.
That's where he's got to bear down. 274 average with runners in scoring position.
Pickoff at third. Interesting play. Pickoff at third, and what happened was Valbuena, the runner at first, took about 3-4 steps towards second base.
God, this is something that they had been working on before batting practice the last few days.
Yes, they have. You're right.
Understanding there are other outs in the field other than just the man standing at home plate. And if you've had trouble putting guys away, if you've had trouble rolling up the 2-ball, you've got to look for those outs in other places.
Simmons dancing around. Lowry playing right even with the bag. And he's swinging a miss, and with the runners going, Valbuena to second. The ball getting past Lucroy. That allows Simmons to come in and score. So who knows, maybe starting the runner Valbuena speeded everything up.
Well, that's exactly what Mike Scioscia does, and that's what the Mike Scioscia teams do so well. They create offense. So here you've got the runner on first base, a hole created on the right side. You put the hit and run on. Got Maldonado's going to sell out for you. He'll do his job and take a hack. Valbuena off with the pitch. It's just an effort to create offense here late in the ball game. Got the starter on the ropes, and it's Mike Scioscia smelling blood.
So you give Valbuena a stolen base. Simmons scores on the wild pitch. So it's 4-2 Angels. .86 pitches for Migden. Swing and a miss. Well out of the strike zone. Maldonado chased it.
Maldonado, a very aggressive hitter with runners in scoring position. As typically a lot of guys are. See that RBI out there. So if you're Migden, don't necessarily have to throw Maldonado a strike here. Allow Lucroy to become that brick wall.
Maldonado has struck out and grounded to short. Barreto trying to keep Valbuena close. 1-2 pitch a little bit low. On deck is Chris Young. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Bob Melvin, after the strikeout, pops up out of the dugout. So we're going to get you Smero Petite when it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
tomorrow at 11, only on HBO.
Beautiful day in the Bay Area. Angels leading the A's 4-2. 2 outs, and we get a pitching change. It's Yusmeiro Petit coming in to face Chris Young. So 5 2/3 innings today for Migden. Will not be able to get his 7th win. He's hoping for no decision now.
Well, he battled today. Clearly didn't have command. Clearly didn't have his best stuff working.
Curveball to Chris Young, and Young kind of a weak swing.
Yusmeiro Petit got an inning of work in last night.
Yeah, just 10 pitches, so he still should be pretty fresh.
Feeling good. Let the skipper know he's available.
He's with an off day tomorrow. Oh, 1 to Young, a homer and a ground out for the veteran outfielder for the Angels. It's this one just foul. Young with the Diamondbacks originally.
Diamondbacks spent some time with the Brewers as well.
You know, he kind of revived his career with the Yankees back in 2015. 252 in 140 games, at 14 home runs. Kind showed everybody he still had something left. Last year, or last 2 years actually, with the Boston Red Sox. So he's been around a long time. His 12th year in the big leagues, but still just 34 years old.
Like you said, Kipe, not the everyday player he was, but still a guy that can give you some depth, give you some insurance off the bench.
Well, he has showed the A's in this series he still got something. Well, the fan had a pretty good shot at it, and he's taken a lot of heat for missing it.
Yeah, doesn't sound like it worked out.
He had a beat on it. He had a beat on it. No sunglasses. May get another chance here. You know, sometimes the official scorer has to decide, is it an error or is it no play? This was an error.
Oh, yeah, that's E-fan all day.
That's an EF. No question about it.
Got his WrestleMania shirt on, tried to put that thing in a headlock unsuccessfully.
See, that's a nice clean play there. No error.
Just fundamentals, Kipe.
Put the baseball into the glove. Big shift on for Young. Olsen the only one on the right side. He almost chased that one. A little teaser by Yusmeiro Petit. We get a tub catch.
Yeah, if you don't have a hat, or if you don't have a glove, a full bag of popcorn will also work as a substitute.
A little cushion.
The ball's probably a little slippery.
2-2 pitch. Hit hard to Simeon. Scoops it up. Just in time to get Young. But the Angels take the lead. They score twice. Pujols with a home run. It's 4-2 Angels.
30th at 1:05 p.m. versus the Indians. 15,000 fans will receive a Dave Stewart starting lineup action figurine presented by Ashby Lumber and Humboldt Redwood Company, complete with this trademark stare. Be sure to get your tickets for this special day honoring Stu at athletics.com/tickets. Athletics.com/tickets.
4-2 now, Angels lead, bottom of the 6th inning. We have not talked a whole lot about Andrew Heaney, but he's been pretty good.
He has. He's kept guys off balance today. Kite, good mix of the fastball and breaking ball. Changeups early in the count to right-handers.
Heaney opened up the season on the disabled list, his elbow barking a little bit, so he missed the first 14 games of the year, but healthy now and pitching well.
And I think if you're Andrew Heaney, you've realized an opportunity yourself. Once healthy, prove to Mike Scioscia and the rest of the group, not only do you belong in this rotation, maybe somewhere near the top if you can show some consistency.
Strike 3 called, so he got a couple corner pitches there, and he gets his 5th strikeout. And that's a tough at bat for Barreto, because the pitch right before this was a little bit off the plate inside, called a strike.
Right.
And then he gets this call, which showed it was a little bit off the plate outside.
So if you're Frankie Barreto, you're sitting here thinking, I thought it
killing me.
It's about 24 inches wide. That's not what I remember.
Well, now he just called one on Marcus Semien that looked outside. So the last 2 starts for Andrew Heaney. There's 3 innings in his last one, and that's the shortest start of the year. But before that, a complete game shutout and the tag put on by Jose Fernandez. So let's look at that complete game against Kansas City, a 1-hit shutout. He was dealing.
Well, kind of what we've seen today from Andrew Heaney. Expansion up with the heater. Some swing and miss on the breaking ball. Some stellar defense played behind him as well. See why he'd be excited.
Yep.
First career complete game. 1-hit CG shut piece.
Chris Young hustling over, fighting the sun, and he made the catch. So a 7-pitch inning for Andrew Heaney, and he has retired 11 in a row. All right, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard return to star in the next chapter of one of the most exciting movies in history. See Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in theaters June 22nd. Run!
Oh, tell you, Chris Pratt kind of sound like our man B.I. hunting down the lineups today.
Speaking of running, Kinsler on the first pitch he sees here in the Top of the 7th, lines a double into the left field corner. So that is hit number 7, and the Angels trying to add on.
Now batting, number 27.
Well, Kinsler not waiting
Mike
around
Trout.
here against Petit. Gets a pitch he likes up in the zone. Standing on second with the leadoff double, and that man Mike Trout at the dish.
So always scary. So the best thing to do with Trout,
Mike Trout has
Let him
received
go
an intentional
first.
walk.
so here's Upton. Upton will hit with 2 on and nobody out.
Now batting, number 8, Justin Upton.
Casilla will trot to the mound and start to get loose. Upton has reached on a fielder's choice. He has walked and he has grounded out.
See there the average. Around 252. I'm sure the Angels like to see that creep a little as he continues to roll here through the season. Obviously a big part of what the Angels are going to do should they find themselves in contention.
Upton last year hit a combined 35 home runs with the Tigers and the Angels. In fact, the combined numbers, I mean, he really had a big year. Hit 109 RBIs and 35 home runs. How about 44 doubles?
You think power production, you think Upton.
And that's going to be a base hit to right field. Here comes Kinsler. They're waving him home. Piscotty's throw is going to be cut off. So Upton loops one into right field for an RBI hit, and now it's 5-2.
And you'll see this ball checks up on Piscotty. Makes it tough for him. He's busting in. And should this ball have checked up normally, he might have had a play here, but you can see off the inside part of the bat from Upton closer to the handle, and this thing just hits and kicks left. And Piscotty has to range over and make sure that ball doesn't get past him, so the opportunity to throw the runner out at home gone.
And now Pujols will hit, and Pujols takes inside. So 2 in the 6th, 1 here in the 7th for the Angels, and they lead 5-2. Pujols has had a big day. He's got an RBI single and then a home run in the 6th.
Mingden goes with that heater down. You know, Mingden has had a lot of success with that fastball up higher than high. And the machine gets a heater down and doesn't miss.
Could be 2 and should be 2, and it will be 2. 6-4-3 on the double play. Trout to third now with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 20.
So here's Jose Fernandez. Fernandez hitting in the 5th spot today. He's 0 for 3. Two for 9 in the series, and he drills one to right. Piscotty's going to get over there though and make the catch. So a run on a double, a walk, and an RBI single by Upton. It's now 5-2.
Pacifica Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
It's a good look outside Championship Plaza by the food trucks. Angels leading the A's by a score of 5-2, and we have reached the bottom of the 7th inning. The A's still have 3 more shots at Andrew Haney, and at some point the Angels bullpen. But right now they're trying to figure out Andrew Haney, who has retired 11 consecutive A's hitters. A's have not had a hit since the 3rd inning. So Lowry, Davis, and Olsen.
He's settled in, and he is definitely cruising.
David Fletcher takes over at 3rd base for the Angels, and Valbuena moves over to 1st base. So Fernandez is out of the game. Lowry has hit a pair of foul outs today. One to first and one to the catcher.
And you just know that is not sitting well.
No.
With Jed Lowry.
No. This one is drilled to left field, and it's off the wall. Picked up by Upton. Hustling for second is Lowry. Safe.
Well, Jed gets his fastball down and in. And you talked about it, Kite, the frustration, 2 foul outs for a man who can handle the bat extremely well from both sides. Jed drops the head.
20th double of the year for Lowry, just ahead of the tag.
It's a great slide by Jed Lowry as well. That front foot right into the edge of the bag. You know, oftentimes we'll see guys slide up and over.
Straight in. First pitch to Chris Davis, hit to center. Trout over into right center. Lowry's going to try for 3rd. He's going to have to hurry. Safe. So Davis, a productive out.
Trout, guy who usually plays a pretty deep center field, has to take a few steps back in an effort to try to get behind this ball and play through it. Not a bad job by Trout. He catches this ball off to the glove side of himself. Should he catch this ball over the throwing shoulder, it might cut down on that transition time. Give him an opportunity on the relay. Pretty close play.
They're going to look at it.
Well, and Kipe, right here, if you look at the foot, it looks like he might have got that tag in as that foot comes in and pops up. Take a look. I got him out, Kipe, unfortunately.
Wow. I did not see that coming. It looked like he had beat it just from the naked eye.
Yes.
There's a reason why the Angels are looking at it.
It's a crucial point in the ball game here.
Well, it's close. Called safe on the call. See, there, you know, you're kind of concentrating on his back heel, but what about the front part of his foot? When does that hit the bag?
Well, I think you can look at his knee for a reference point, and that'll let you know when impact has been made on the bag, because his leg is kind of
gives a little bit, yeah.
Cushion, and you don't see that happen until well after the tag is applied.
Jed's looking at it on the big screen.
And again, very important play here.
I just don't know if it's enough to overturn. What do we know, huh?
I tell you what, Kipe, I've been over in that room over back east in New York, and they've got eyes all over the place. While it's not an easy decision, again, now you look for that leg to buckle. Right there, you see the impact well after the tag had been applied. So another lengthy review here.
Yeah, we had a long one yesterday.
Right, and this is where it's not always a bad thing if you're the team hitting, you know? Andrew Heaney out there on the mound trying to keep himself warm.
And here's the call. And he's safe. So just not enough to overturn a very close play, and that's where that's where you're glad that the original call went your way.
Absolutely. That has been the saving grace.
Angels with 15 outfield assists, tied for most in the major league. That was a heck of a throw by Trout.
Well, that's something he's been vocal about working on as well.
Yep.
Said he hears the rumblings. People think I don't have a great throwing arm. Let me show you.
Here's Olsen, who fouls it straight back. So the A's need to get this run home. Slider and a good take by Olsen. That's Bedrosian getting loose. 80 pitches for Andrew Heaney. Remember Heaney in that last start of his, which was very short, just 3 innings, he only threw 52 pitches. The start before that, which was the shutout, he threw 116. Pitch foul back again, same spot on the foul ball.
Really doing a good job of hanging in there and battling. 2-2 after the heater.
Just a little bit outside. 3-2. Olsen with a strikeout and a fly ball to left field today.
And that's the best bolt of the day. Kipe at 94 miles an hour.
Olsen probably figured I don't know if I can take that pitch again.
Yep. It's a good job of protecting. A little emergency hack. Time to go to that slider after a couple fastballs.
Left field. Upton's got it. Here comes Lowry. The throw will be late, and a sacrifice fly for Olsen. So that's a good at bat. And the A's get a run, make it 5-3.
It's a beautiful job by Matt Olsen to continue to hang in the AB, continue to battle. Win the challenge, you've got to be able to capitalize on situations like that. Got to be able to earn that run, and that's exactly what they did.
So 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Canna. First pitch to Canna. Breaking ball for a strike.
That's time for the Chrysler drive of the game. And it is that man right there, Mark Canna. Yes, we Canna, the 2-run shot in the second. Put the A's on the board.
Chris Young backs up. He's got it, and that will do it for the A's. They get a run. We're through 7 from the Coliseum this afternoon. 5-3 Angels lead.
Brought to you by Toyota. Designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by SoFi, a modern finance company.
New pitcher for the A's is Santiago Casilla. First pitch he throws. Anderton Simmons hits it hard, but right to Lowry, one away. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So here is Casilla, the veteran right-hander, making his 19th appearance. ERA just a shade under 3.
And you like to see what we just saw there out of Casilla. Fill that strike zone up early and often. Something he hasn't necessarily done. He's only thrown 2 strikes in the first 3 pitches. 40% of the time. That's the lowest among qualified relief pitchers in baseball. For context, league average 63%.
Here's Valbuena, who takes a little bit high. You know, once in a while, the strike zone moves around a little bit on Casilla. He's always been that way in his career.
When he's got that big curveball nowadays, he's got a lot of success on that curveball via the strikeout. But again, that's something he's got to come in doing with the curveball, is throwing it for strikes as well.
So 1-1 the count to Valbuena, who's 1 for 3. And a base hit in the 6th inning. Yusmeiro Petit goes an inning and a third, gives up a couple of hits and a run with a walk and no strikeouts. A little bit outside, 94 miles an hour. So good velocity from Casilla, but just off the plate.
And that's something he's featured throughout the entirety of his career. Not the 99 to 100 I was used to seeing, not only as a member of the organization looking up to a Casilla as a guy that I wanted to be like in terms of getting to the big leagues.
So you were teammates?
Teammates, yeah.
I'm saying in the minor leagues, or no, he was before you.
Right, never in the minor leagues, only in the big leagues. But he was, you know, he was the guy that our coordinator at the time, Ron Romanek, stressed to all of us, you know, want to think about throwing strikes with the breaking ball early, executing, being in the zone. It's a quick ticket to get yourself to the big leagues. He was the prime example.
93 with a little movement, and he gets the strikeout. So 2 outs. Hey, we got a good one for you here, Dallas. Check this out. Happy Father's Day from the Ryan Express. Fathers and sons to strike out against Nolan Ryan.
Oh.
The Alomars, I think he got everybody.
All of them.
Just went family. Just get them all.
Your old family tree.
Bobby and Barry Bonds, Tito and Terry Francona, the Griffeys, Alan Brian McRae, Dick Schofield and Dick Jr., the Wills. Remember Bump Wills?
Oh, Bump.
Yeah.
Remember old Bump?
So Nolan was, as we like to say, taking no prisoners.
No. That is a freight train of a man. The Ryan Express. Got the Mother's Cookies card collector edition.
Did you?
That's right.
One 1-0 to Maldonado. That one in first strike.
Good to see the Boons dodge that.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a good point. Who did not make the list? The Boons, or it's a good call? Because, well, Bob, the dad, was Nolan's catcher, right?
Yeah.
Probably with the Angels. No, well,
no.
I don't know if Bob Boone was with the Angels
early 70s.
That early. I don't think so. I could be completely wrong. I'm just guessing.
And I wasn't alive, so.
Well, either was I, actually, but yeah, I was.
Nolan Ryan out there chopping down baseball family trees left and right.
Yeah, Bob Boone was with the Angels in the 80s. He would not have been catching Nolan Ryan when Nolan was doing his thing with the Angels. High fastball, swing and a miss. Casilla with a couple of strikeouts. So let's see if the A's can get something rolling as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Steelers 5-8-0 for the Angels, 3-3-0 for the Athletics. Andrew Haney, who's back out there finishing up his warm-up tosses. He's gone 7 innings. Daniel Migden gave up 4 earned runs in 5 2/3. Cannon with a homer, Chris Young with a homer, Albert Pujols with a homer. So that's your Toyota game summary. So we hope you're having a wonderful Father's Day.
There you go, got the strawberry lid going.
So it'll be Lucroy, Piscotti, and Barreto. 87 pitches for Andrew Haney, so he's done a pretty good job with the pitch count.
Yep, he's got it in his sights, Kipe, if he's able to maintain a level of efficiency about himself here in the work here in the 8th inning. He might find himself out there for the 9th, and that's up to Lucroy and the boys to put a halt to that.
2-0 to Lucroy. The Angels, or excuse me, the Astros won again. The Astros beat the Royals 7-4. So that is 11 consecutive wins for the Houston Astros. The last 10 of those on this road trip. So they finished 10-0 on the trip. And the Astros will now go home for a 9-game homestand.
Well, good for them.
It's a buzzsaw right now. The Houston Astros, they're 48-25.
They're hot.
They're getting too close to that. A ways to go.
Got a little breathing room. A little breathing room.
3-1 pitch is foul back, so now the count is full.
Right, that 2-0 fastball swung on and missed by Jonathan Lucroy, an aberration. Up until then, Lucroy had not missed a pitch on a swing from a lefty in 33 swings.
So he hadn't swung and missed.
Correct. Fouled it off, fought it off, balls in play, all of the above.
You've been watching close. Fouls that one back.
That's why I say you got Andrew Heaney out there trying to get deep into this ball game. Jonathan Lucroy just might be the man to run that pitch count up a little, get some traffic on the base paths.
3-2 pitch. Another pop up, and this one we back into the seats. That's Blake Parker. Pretty much ready to go. Up in Seattle, the Red Sox still leading. It's now 8-2 Red Sox over the Mariners in the 7th inning. So a big offensive outburst by the Red Sox today. Another foul ball.
It was a wonderful at bat by Lucroy. Continuing to battle, continue to fight. I know a lot of times you're not necessarily in a hurry to get to that 96, 97 down there in everybody's bullpen. But just the opportunity to switch it up, get some different eyes on a different guy out there might bode well for Oakland.
So Lucroy thought he had ball 4 instead. He strikes out. He's having a pretty good chat with Carlson.
Well, you can see Luke, he asks, is that down? Because he wasn't necessarily sure it was in. That's a great pitcher's pitch. Tough on the paint. Both down and in.
So Lucroy, who's generally pretty stoic, he does not say a lot.
Right.
Doesn't show a huge amount of emotion, especially during his at-bats, but he was not happy there. Especially at this point in the game where it's the 8th inning, you're trying to get a base runner or two.
And obviously the veteran catcher understands he's got to go back out there and work with that umpire and work that zone. He's trying to get calls for his guys as well. But he still would like to figure out
what's what.
What's what? I'm going to need to know.
Piscotty 1-2 now. So that was strikeout number 6 for Heaney. And he is about to throw pitch number 100. He's gone over 100 pitches twice. This will be his 3rd time, and this is his 12th start.
Well, we mentioned he started this inning potentially in position to roll through this and find himself out there for the 9th. That will not be the case now. See a heavy dose of sinkers and curveballs. But you don't have Kenyon Middleton down there anymore.
Nope. It's a different bullpen, I would not say. You don't have Jim Johnson right now either. So there's not really a go-to, you're our closer guy right now. Piscotty tried to hold up, couldn't do it, and that's another strikeout.
Well, enjoy an early July 4th with the Oakland A's, huh? For the July 3rd Patriotic Fireworks Show presented by Chevrolet. You can now win a free suite to that ballgame. That's right, a free suite for you and all your friends, 11 of your closest friends. Simply text BOOM to 60946. The contest will last through June 18th. Message and data rates do apply, so simply text BOOM to 60946. Complete rules at athletics.com.
So 2 away. Here's Barreto, who swings at a pitch that was low. Barreto a single and a strikeout so far. Good breaking ball there. He snapped it in there.
Well, he doubled up. And obviously, Barreto's a guy who's shown some aggressiveness.
See if Heaney, Barreto, who's very aggressive, he will chase. See if he keeps it out of the middle of the strike zone.
Well, that's the game plan after that fastball up.
And a pitch way outside, and Barreto chased it. So Andrew Heaney strikes out the side in the 8th.
Dealers, and the smart play has been Andrew Heaney in pitch sequencing. He was absolutely dynamic today. A great fastball slider combination today. Fastballs in, sliders down and in, exploding heaters up and away out of the strike zone. Andrew Heaney did a great job today of mixing and matching, keeping folks off balance.
So it is the 9th inning. And it's Emilio Pagan coming in for the Athletics. He faces Chris Young. Then the top of the order, Kinsler and Trout. 5-3 Angels lead, rubber game of the series. So quick 0-2. Emilio Pagan, pitcher number 4 for the A's. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts. 3.86 ERA, 25 2/3 innings so far this year for Pagan.
He worked an inning a couple days ago in the opener of this series. And prior to that, had an extended outing, almost 3 innings, 2 2/3 against Houston, in which he came in and punched out 5. Did give up a couple long balls, but
that's right, he came in early.
Threw the ball well, sans the 2 long balls.
Left field. Pinder's back, and Pinder makes the catch. A couple steps in front of the warning track. So now to the top of the order in Kinsler. Kinsler has had a good ball game. He's 2 for 4 with a single, a double, and a run score. Kinsler kind of stands close to the plate, crowds it a little bit.
Yeah, he's not afraid to get up on it, force you to show him that you can go inside.
And that's a liner, backhanded on a dive, and a nice play, but the throw low, and Olsen cannot quite dig it out. So Barreto made the play, and Barreto's got a very good arm, and he had time, I think, to maybe get up and throw it over there, but he just kind of flicked it.
So you see him kind of flick that ball, and he's on the shortstop side of second base here. So he might have been better served just to gain a little ground, continue the momentum towards first base. He's got a great, strong throwing arm. No doubt he can make those plays.
So it goes as an E4. So now Trout will hit. I think if you make a play like that, Dallas, and you're really behind the bag, you're almost on the grass.
Right.
And you have a good arm.
Yeah.
Then I think you need to let it rip.
Sure. But again, if you're Barreto, you've got the ability to gain ground. Go ahead and do that.
1-1 the count to Trout. Trout has been hit by a pitch. He's walked, he's singled, and he has walked. So he's been on base all 4 times. So technically 1 for 1. 5 for 7 in the series. The combination with Trout, he does have a good eye. He's not afraid to hit deep in a count.
Right.
And you know what? Any close pitches, he's probably going to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire because of who he is, and that's just the way it is. I don't have a problem with that.
I do.
You do.
Got a major problem with it. I'm going to need strikes. I'm going to like them. It kind of takes me back. I remember
he's no different than anybody else.
That's right. That's right.
He ties his shoes just like I do. I see your point.
I can remember an at bat against El Capitan, one Derek Sanderson Jeter.
Yes.
Painted a heater in, probably inner third. Ball. And the umpire made no qualms about letting me know the reason. It's because number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2 was the hitter.
Let me guess, it happened at Yankee Stadium.
True story.
Of course.
But those are the lessons you learn as a young pup in this game.
Two and two to Trout. Upton waits in the on-deck circle, 9th inning. Lowry dives, he's got it. Lowry's going to throw to second, but it's not going to be in time. So it'll be a hit for Trout.
Not an easy play for Jed moving to his left. You got Kinsler moving over there. You see Jed, he just doesn't have the opportunity to get his body in a strong enough position to execute the throw. He's got to field this ball behind him, behind his body line, and you can see in an effort to try to clear himself and get up in a position to throw, he's just not able to put enough on it. And Kinsler busting it hard over there from first. Only about 80 feet to go or so to second from first with the lead.
So with Upton aboard, or Upton at the plate and a couple of runners on, quick meeting.
Well, has your student athlete made a difference in the community through sports? If so, nominate a student athlete you know now at NBCSports.com/fairplay. And they could be featured on TV.
So here's Upton. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Swing and a miss, pulled off that one. He knocked in a run in the 7th inning, dropped a single in the right field that scored Kinsler.
That's a good job by Pagan. Runners in scoring position. We talked about a heightened sense of awareness for hitters. Got a little bit of a cushion. I'm going to be aggressive.
And that one is the one Upton wanted. He got one to hit, fouled it straight back. Watch this pitch.
And because of the way this ball was fouled back,
I think he saw it pretty good.
I'm going to go ahead and throw another wrinkle on this one, or at least make it higher than high, up out of the zone or in off. Something that Upton just can't handle. I don't like the look of that swing on the heater.
Pujols waits in the on-deck circle. In the bottom of the 9th, the A's will have the top of their order. Simeon, Pinder, Lowry, Davis, Olson, Canna, Lucroy, Piscotty, Barreto. That's who's coming up in the 9th. So Pagan and Lucroy having a little trouble getting together on the side. And he got him. Maybe a little hanger, but he got him anyways.
Well, that's that backup slider. Pagan must have been looking for the sign for it. Either way, he's able to execute, gets it under the hands. And again, you get away with a mistake type.
He was waiting for the sign for a hanger.
Right. Yeah, back up. Telling you right now, if you can bottle that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, buddy.
So here's Pujols, who's got a couple of RBIs today. One of them on a home run. First pitch is a breaking ball that's a little bit low. Pujols' home run in the 6th inning was career home run number 625. Kinsler at second, Trout at first with plenty of speed on the bases, and Pagan paints the inside corner first strike.
Yeah, an extra base hit more than likely will score Mike Trout.
Inside, not by much. So 2-1 the count.
Well, you got to be careful here, doubling and tripling up against a guy like Pujols. If you haven't done enough work with the heater, he is way too good. You've got to be picture perfect out there in the bottom part of the zone, where I think Pagan is trying to go.
And he went with a fastball. That was a good one. A little giddy up, 93 miles an hour.
Well, that's what you want to see right there. Speed him up away as well, because you're probably going to try to put him away with that slider down and away if you're Pagan. And if that's the case, you had to speed him up with the fastball, and that's a great job of doing so. It's a big pitch here for Pagan. Got to be down and away.
Pitch. He went with a fastball. He threw it right by Albert Pujols. So here we go. Bottom of the ninth coming up.
Retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
July 4th and fireworks have always meant three things: long lines, parking hassles, and tired kids. Well, that's why the A's created baseball's best tradition: free July 3rd fireworks after our 6:05 game against the Padres, brought to you by Chevrolet. So grab your phone and grab a marker and write this down on the back of your hand right now. Ready? Athletics.com/boom. That's right, boom. In honor of the Bay's best fireworks, hope to see you at the ballpark.
Well, let's see what the A's can do. They need 2 to tie and 3 to walk it off. 5-3 Angels lead when it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. It's your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So it's the right-hander Blake Parker coming in. Parker to face Simeon, Pinder, Lowry, and hopefully more. And the first pitch is hit high, deep, and that baby is gone. Marcus Simeon does not wait around.
That's right, Blake Parker comes in, wants to throw that ho-hum heater. Here we go, first pitch, 92. Not so much against Marcus Simeon. A heater hunter first pitch. Simeon gets exactly what he's looking for. Is it fair? Is it foul? That's all you need to know right off the pole. One more time right here, ring them up.
So now it's a one-run game, and here's Pinder. Pinder is 0 for 3. That has got the crowd into it. 21,217 today. Numbers for Parker. He's got 7 saves in 9 opportunities. 2.67 ERA, so good numbers, but he does have a couple blown saves. Missed again, and now it's 2-0. A home run for Simeon, his 7th of the year. Not close, 3-0. That one is high, walked it.
Well, let's put some numbers on that homer by Simeon. 99.6, rounded up to the century mark. 100 off the bat, 30-degree launch angle, 387 feet from home plate right to the top of that foul pole.
So we got a meeting at the mound. We also have a pinch runner. Pinch runner is going to be Fowler. So Fowler, with terrific speed, takes over at first base. And that's the lone lefty in the Angels bullpen, Jose Alvarez. He has not pitched in this series. This is the first appearance in this series by Parker. And for the A's, Blake Trinan going over things with Marcus Jensen. So here's Lowry, who is 1 for 3. He doubled and scored in the 7th. On deck is Chris Davis. Fowler with the good lead. The first pitch, that's a strike. 92 miles an hour. So Parker, who was unable to throw a strike to Pinder, gets ahead of Lowry. Angels 14 blown saves this season. That's another strike right at the knees. 91 miles an hour. So now it's 0-2. Right at the bottom of the strike zone.
That's a tough pitch. Jed Lowry, one of the best in the game in terms of strike zone awareness.
Maldonado wants it up a little bit. Got in on the hands. A good swing by Lowry as he fights it off.
You know, it's a good thing he got it in there. Because at that height, if that ball is over the plate, there's a good chance Jed's able to turn on that, do some damage.
So now Berjosian, the right-hander, joins Alvarez. in the dirt, blocked nicely by Maldonado. He's a Gold Glover for a reason.
And this is where it's crucial, not only for the catcher to be able to body up, keep the runner over there at first base, keep that 2-ball in order, but it also give the pitcher the confidence that he can expand the zone with 2.
Inside swinging strikeout by Jed Lowry. So a big overhand curve, and Parker got Lowry to chase it.
Yep. They go with that breaking ball down towards the back foot of the lefty, Jed Lowry. And again, the work you can do with the fastball in, off, that's what sets that pitch up.
So the A's have struck out 9 times in today's game. 28 times in this series. And here is Chris Davis. First pitch to Davis in the dirt, blocked nicely by Maldonado.
I'll say, Cap, I think if Parker makes the mistake of throwing Chris Davis a fastball anywhere near the outside part of the plate, we're going to be clapping hands.
Chris Davis swung at a pitch that was in the dirt. Chris Davis has walked off this year. He walked off the Orioles. We got a shot to see it again right here. Matt Olson is the on-deck hitter.
Fowler over there at first base. If you can in your primary lead, you like to get out, see if you can peek in, take a look at what Maldonado's putting down. If it's a breaking ball, anticipating that ball in the dirt, reading the down angle, get yourself over to second base and scoring position, and who knows.
Swing and a miss. Nasty pitch here.
Yeah, that's that split.
Got that tumbling action.
That's right.
So 1-2. With that splitter again, Fowler's going to try for second, and the ball scoots off the glove of Kinsler, and Fowler's going to be at second base with 1 out. There was a little collision. Kinsler, I don't know if he ever had the ball in his glove.
Well, Kinsler's trying to catch this ball deep enough in an effort to not have to go out and get it and take himself out of position to make the tag. So he's going to let this ball travel deep. But unfortunately for him, Fowler right on time, and it's that left knee tucked under Dustin Fowler that actually jars that ball loose out of the glove of Kinsler. Take another gander here.
He had it in his glove just for a split second, but it was not in there real well.
When you think about the angle of the glove, where that ball was at in the glove, the momentum of Fowler sliding into and through the bag, essentially, nothing Kinsler could do.
So 2-2, a base hit could tie it. the dirt. 3-2. Well, Parker has not thrown a whole lot of strikes in this at bat, but he got Chris Davis to swing at a couple pitches out of the strike zone, and that is why the count is full 3-2.
Much easier said than done. If you're Chris Davis right now, you want to see him up. Good chance he's going to try to go soft here.
Three-two pitch, low, and walked it. Parker has not looked good in this inning. A homer, a walk, a strikeout, and a walk. And it's going to be the lefty Alvarez coming in to face Olson. We'll be back.
Delivers an all-new franchise mode and more. RBI Baseball 18 is available right now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everybody.
An interesting bottom of the ninth. The A's have scored a run on Simeon's home run. They have the tying and winning runs on base with one out. So it's Alvarez, the lefty, having a very nice season. And he's going to face Matt Olson. Olson is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. So lefty on lefty. First pitch. Strike at the knees.
Jose Alvarez came in and worked all 3 games against Seattle last series. Stranded 21 of 25 inherited runners on this season. So you're right, Kipe has been great for Socha, and the Angels has buckled down in high leverage situations.
He has not pitched in this series, and he gets the call there. Olson disagrees, so it's 0-2. Mark Canha is the on-deck hitter.
It's a fastball down and away. Seems like Matt Olson's been on the receiving end of a couple gracious calls.
Fowler at second, Chris Davis at first. 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. Alvarez a peek towards second, and he got him swinging. Just a little elevation. And that made the difference, and that's a big strikeout for Jose Alvarez.
That's typically a place of attack against lefties. Lefties on lefties. Somewhere around the hands, just above, just under, you force them to make a decision.
So it's going to be Bedrosian against Canha with the game on the line. wins it.
Here's Marquette in the second inning, delivering the big blow, the big Father's Day blast. I'd like to see if Marquette can bottle some of that early game magic here in the 9th inning.
He'll face Cam Bedrosian. Bedrosian pitched on Friday night, gave up a run in 1 inning. He has 1 save this year. So here we go. First pitch to Canna, outside with a breaking ball. Bedrosian, the 3rd pitcher in this inning for the Angels. Canna, 1 for 3. Shallow center. Trout coming in. It's going to fall. And the A's have tied it here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Trout came charging in. He just could not get to it.
That's right, Todd. Playing a very deep center field as Trout and Marquette here catches one off the cup. A big swing. We saw it earlier in the game. And Mike Trout just cannot make the play. And the Oakland A's have tied the ball game here in the 9th inning. It's a great read by Fowler as well at second base. See Parker not too excited.
So now the A's will try to win it with Jonathan Lucroy stepping in. So Parker, who walked 2 after giving up the home run to Simeon, and one of them just scored. The other one is Davis at second base. Lucroy fouls it straight back, one after a high one. So the count 0-2. And you're right, Trout, who's terrific, but he does play deep center field. And he did not break back on that one. He came charging in. He just could not get to it. So Trinan is loose and ready. Oh, 0-2 to Lucroy, who's 0 for 3. A little bit outside.
Bedrosian trying to work away with that fastball. Got to 2 strikes very early. See if they go back to that breaking ball.
Crowd shifted a little bit toward right center. Bedrosian delivers, and a breaking ball down. Good take by Lucroy.
Outstanding take by Lucroy. You can see in there just sort of telling himself, stay back, keep that front side soft. Don't want to get beat in with the fastball. Love to be able to fight off a little breaking ball to the right side.
2-2 pitch, here it is. That one driven foul down the right field line, a fastball. Davis, the winning run. Maldonado sets up outside, but Bedrosian's going to step off.
You can see the frustration from Maldonado. Feels like they've got a pretty good game plan. Just an inability right now to either get on the same page or a lack of conviction on the part of Bedrosian.
Two-two pitch. Center field. Trump going back with room, and he makes the catch. So the A's scored twice to tie it. We got extra innings at the Coliseum, 5-5. Official sponsor for extra innings. Marcus Semien with a solo home run, leading off the bottom of the ninth to make it 5-4, and then Mark Canha, a little bloop single that tied the game in the bottom of the ninth. So extra innings here at the Coliseum.
Little bonus baseball on Father's Day.
And the new pitcher for the A's is Blake Treinen. So Treinen makes his 27th appearance. Extra inning records. The Angels are 1-5. The A's are 3-3. This is Fletcher. Treinen's first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Well, Canha's now in left, Fowler is in center. But where you feel like you have the advantage a little bit if you're the A's is you still have your two best relievers available. Treinen's in there now, and you still have Trevino.
That is definitely a leg up. Treinen here to shut it down. Scratch one across. Never even have to ring the phone for Trevino.
0-2 pitch. Rolled foul toward the A's dugout. So David Fletcher, who came in as a defensive replacement, pitch, strike three call.
That 96-mile-an-hour bowling ball. Really doesn't matter. You can be a window shopper. You can be someone who's looking to buy. Either way, the bank gets broke if you make contact with this. This fastball has been absolutely devastating for Treinen. Over the last 30 days, Kipe, opponents hitting .033 against the fastball.
That is just foul. So 0-1 the count to Andrelton Simmons. Simmons is 0 for 3. He walked and scored in the 6th. And trying to just pumping strikes in there.
Well, that's the name of the game, especially for sinker ballers. Come out one day, you find yourself struggling to throw strikes, struggling to locate on one side of the plate or the other. When you've got movement like Blake Trinan, and you've got the velocity to boot, you can go ahead and feel comfortable enough. Just throw this thing down the middle, let it work to the inside. Let the movement do its job.
Simmons checks his swing.
This is incredible hold up here by Simmons. He battled that fastball down in the pitch before, went down in effort to make contact.
This one chopped, but it's going to be foul. So 1-2 to Simmons with Valbuena waiting in the on-deck circle. Red Sox still leading the Mariners. It's 9-3. Astros 1. That one's hit deep to left center field. Gone. No! Canna caught it. Marcanos came out of nowhere. Sensational play by Mark Canna.
Well, I'm with you, Kai. Really couldn't tell what this ball was going to do. Hard off the bat. And you see Mark Canna drifting back towards the wall like he had no shot, and Fowler like he was going to settle up and potentially play it off the wall should it hit it. But Mark Canna with the grab, and then listen to him. Let's go! Yes.
So 2 away. Here's Valbuena.
I think he said fudge and apples. Let's eat dessert.
I think he said, well, let's walk it off.
Oh.
I think he did. He did say, let's walk it off. So he's planning ahead. We like that.
I like it. Foresight.
So 1-0 to Valbuena. Valbuena rolls it foul. Valbuena had a base hit in the 6th inning. Runs off the plate.
Our dear friend StatCast over here. Look at the sprint speed. 28 feet per second. Oh my. The catch probability 5%. 5%.
Fouled straight back. Valbuena got one he liked.
That's what you call going and getting it.
Well, you have to, I mean, I think in play like that, he's got good speed, but you also have to have the perfect angle.
Exactly.
You can't go straight across. You got to be moving back and over with your first step.
Well, I would love to see what the route efficiency was like on that. That would be the real tell of what an incredible play that was. Talk about reaction and instinct off the bat.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Nasty slider. So good inning for Trinan. A sensational play by Canna.
got here this afternoon. And this is the major turning point. You get the homer by Marcus Semien to start the inning off. First pitch, put a run up for the good guys. And then some outstanding base running by Fowler. Gets himself into scoring position. And then you know who. Mark Canha comes up. A full swing, drops just in front of Trout. Fowler home to score. And the Oakland A's are back in business.
So here in the bottom of the 10th, Piscotty to lead it off, and then Barreto, and then Semien. So Bedrosian gave up that hit to Canha to tie it, and then he got Lucroy on a well-hit ball to center field. So Kim Bedrosian back out there. And the first pitch strike. Piscotty looking for his first hit. He has struck out a couple of times. No swing. Speaking of walk-offs, the Rangers walked off against the Rockies. The Rangers scored 4 in the bottom of the 9th to beat the Rockies 13-12.
Sounds like a Rocky ninth inning.
Yes, it was. 2-1. Piscotty slightly open stance, and he rolls that one foul. 9 hits for the Angels, 5 hits for the A's, just 1 error that was made by the Athletics. I think the fact that Marcus Semien, the first pitch that Parker threw in the bottom of the 9th, he hit out. That had to have an effect in that inning.
Oh, no doubt. You know, here you are, in your mind, just a few outs away from buckling this thing down.
Get ahead, let's get a strike. And then the next guy, Pinder, walks on 4 pitches.
Well, that's why you see a lot of relievers come in, throw that first pitch breaking ball for a strike in case you get that heater hunter up there looking to do damage like Semien.
3-2 pitches high, but Bedrosian walked him. Bedrosian was ahead in the count, couldn't finish the deal, and well, walks killed the Angels in the 9th, and let's see if that happens again here in the 10th.
The baseball gods do not like leadoff walks, Kite.
Especially in extra innings.
Franklin Barreto.
So here's Barreto. Let's see if Bob Melvin asks Barreto to bunt. If he does, Barreto has terrific speed, so there will be a lot of pressure on the Angels to execute defensively.
I think what you asked Franklin Barreto to do is exactly what has gotten him here. Put together a professional at bat. You've got a hole on the right side. It's like you will have him square around.
And he reached for it and then pulled the bat back, and they're going to say that he did not pull the bat back in time. It's Brian Knight, who's the first base umpire. Kind of jabbed at it and then tried to pull it back, but he pulled it back after he missed it. So you know what, that's a good call.
Yep.
Fletcher, the third baseman, a step in on the grass. Once it, Valbuena's going to throw to second, and they got him. Safe at first, but man, what a play by Valbuena. When he threw it to second, I'm thinking the A's are going to have first and second, nobody out.
Well, it's a great job by Valbuena anticipating the throw onto second. This is what you do as a corner infielder. You anticipate this ball making a turn and delivering a strikeout to second in hopes that you might be able to get the second out on the back end. While I understand the game situation, Kipe, one thing I just have to think about is how many times Franklin Barreto has been asked to bunt in Nashville, and here he finds himself with an opportunity to help the game along and finds himself in a position I don't know that he's been in quite a lot.
And here's Semien in the dirt. Simeon's home run in the 9th made it 5-4. He's 1 for 4. Marcus rolls that one past Matt Williams. The night game tonight, the nationally televised game, is the Cubs in St. Louis against the Cardinals.
Nice little NL Central tango.
Yeah, Cubs have dominated that series so far. Dustin Fowler is your on-deck hitter. Curve, and it's outside. Maldonado disagrees, so does Bedrosian.
They've gotten calls on the outside part of the plate quite often today. Here on the breaking ball, not so lucky. Marcus Simeon will find himself in a 2-1 count.
Trout in center field. Goes to his right a little bit, and he makes the catch. So Marcus Simeon is retired. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th, and see what Dustin Fowler can do.
Now batting center fielder, number 11, Dustin Fowler.
Fowler was a pinch runner in the 9th inning, and he scored the tying run. Stayed in the game, now playing center field.
Fowler, a guy that can run right now. With the third baseman way back.
To short. Simmons throws across, and that will do it. So a leadoff walk, but the A's cannot capitalize, and we're moving to the 11th. The official sponsor for extra innings, and that's what we have. In fact, we've reached the 11th inning. So the crowd today of over 21,000 on Father's Day, enjoying a little bonus baseball.
That's
as
right.
we like to call it.
Courtesy of the A's and Angels.
But bonus baseball is only fun
when you win.
If you win. It stinks if you lose.
It's just a long day.
So Trinan, who threw 14 pitches in the 10th inning, stays back out there. And he faces Martin Maldonado, who hits one to right. Piscotti back there and makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 11th.
Now batting, number 24, Chris Young.
So here's Chris Young.
Well, the one pitch, one out bodes well for Trinan here in this situation. Tie ball game. I want to make 2 outs on 2 consecutive pitches. Might be able to steal a strike.
Nasty pitch there. Took a little off at 96.
Just enough to get
Sink
in the
it
zone.
a little more.
You know, just get on top.
Jake Jewell, right-hander, loosening up.
Made his debut yesterday, I believe.
Well, it's pretty simple now. You just don't want to get to Trout, Upton, and Pujols. Chris Young is the 9th place hitter, and he's quickly behind in the count 0-2. So the crowd's been spirited here in the late innings.
Got something to be excited about. Maybe Trinan can get him going here. Put a little sinker under the hands of CY.
And that is nasty, and that's exactly what he did.
That's a great job of chasing him in there. You can look at the pitch sequence. Starts out first pitch in her third, second pitch in on the black, third pitch in off, and Chris Young, as the at-bat progressed, stood less and less of a chance.
So here is Kinsler with 2 outs. Kinsler 2 for 5 with a single, a double, and a run scored. Looks like he was taken all the way, and it's right in there for a strike. Trinan has thrown 19 pitches, 16 of them strikes. For a reliever, that's a beautiful thing.
And he looks a heck of a lot more linear today than he did yesterday.
But he struggled a little bit yesterday.
And what I mean is he's gaining distance and direction towards his target. Yesterday I felt like there were times he was leaking and flying open just a little bit.
Chris Davis will hit in the bottom of the 11th. Center field playable for Fowler. And he's got it. A 7-pitch inning for Trinan, so he is rolling along, and we'll see if the A's can win it in the bottom of the 11th. Game. The A's scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to send the game into extra innings, and we're going to see Jake Jewell for the 2nd time in this series. Those numbers are from AAA.
He made his debut here against Oakland.
In fact, that was yesterday. He pitched. Jake Jewell. worked a scoreless inning. Lowry, Davis, and Olsen. First pitch, 97 miles an hour, but it drops low.
Jake himself got some good arm side run to the heater.
Up and away, 95 miles an hour. Now it's 2-0. Lowry in the driver's seat. It's a final in Seattle. The Red Sox 9, the Mariners 3. So that turns out to be a split in the 4-game series. Just missed outside.
How good is Jed Lowry? Count 2-0, looking for something he can drive. That right there, that take is the definition of not trying to do too much.
Pitch. That one is a strike. Trying in 2 innings of work. If the game goes on, looks like it'll be Trevino. That's a base hit left field. Leadoff single here in the bottom of the 11th. So the A's had a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 10th, could not do anything with it.
This is precisely the type of at bat you were looking for from Jed Lowry. He spit on the 2-0 heater, gets himself back into the count. You can see he wanted to hit the ball where it was pitched early in the AB away, checked at that fastball away for a ball. Gets one he can handle, and Jed's on first.
First pitch to Davis. And did that hit him? It did. So Chris Davis hit by a pitch, and now the A's have 2 on and nobody out.
Well, Chris Davis, obviously a guy who can hit the fastball. Jake Jewell trying to crowd KD. He'll take it off the forearm.
Eduardo Paredes will quickly get ready to throw. Full meeting at the mound with the pitching coach.
You can see Maldonado sort of tap Jewell on the head. Let's go, let's focus. Highest leverage situation in the young career of Jake Jewell.
Yeah, I would say. So here's Olsen with a chance to be a hero. That pitch is not close. Maldonado. What do? You want to try to calm your young man down.
You only do so much.
Olsen check swing, fouls it at the plate.
Ole himself, he's part of that walk-off party. Remember back in early April against the Pale Hose. That's right, everybody's excited. Dave Cavill and co. excited up in the treehouse.
Lowry the winning run at second. Foul ball straight back and a mighty swing by Olsen.
You can tell he was frustrated. Right on that fastball up.
Yeah, because there's frustrated and then there's frustrated.
Oh,
there's a difference.
There is. It's the difference between being able to walk him off or not.
Canna on deck. 1-2 pitch. Good take. Seagulls are moving in. Usually they don't like extra innings because it's kind of moving into their time.
Messing with their menu. Messing with their menu. See Maldonado. Get Jewel going. Say, hey, let's go. Settle down, attack. You know what to do. Let's go. Come on, baby.
2-2 pitch, tap foul. Good pitch there by Jewel. Full count. Has to throw a strike here. Three-two pitch. Here it is. Drive to center. Trout going back. Trout's got it. Lowry's going to tag. He's going to hustle for third, and he's going to make it. So a good at-bat by Olsen. Heads up base running by Lowry. Good play all around.
I was going to say you want to see these guys get a good secondary 3-2 count, but a great job by Jed Lowry to get back to the second base. Knowing Trout was going to have a play on this. Good job. Jed tagging up.
We're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be Paredes coming in. And we may get an extra infielder coming in here too. So heads up. We'll let you know what the Angels are going to do when we come back. Inning, and you see Justin Upton come in from left field, so he's going to play in the infield somewhere. So the Angels will have 5 infielders. What do you think of this move, Dallas?
You know, I understand it.
Yeah, you're backed up against the wall if you're the Angels.
Right.
You got to do whatever you can.
You've got to do whatever you can, and they're obviously going to be playing the numbers here.
So it looks like Upton is going to play right around the shortstop spot. So he's working kind of in that 5.5 hole. And he's flipping some balls to Andrelton Simmons, I guess, in case there was a possible double play ball hit to him. So that's the numbers for Eduardo Paredes, his 10th appearance. So indeed, you see Upton playing right in the 5.5 hole. And Canna is the hitter. And as we showed you, as Paredes was warming up, Upton was fielding some ground balls and throwing them to second.
Right.
Just to get a feel for what it would be like to try to turn a double play if the ball was hit to him.
Kind of the reason they're going to have those three infielders on the left-hand side on the ground. Canada 24% ground balls to the left side, 18% up the middle, only 6% to the right side.
Well, first pitch is inside. Lucroy would be next. Eduardo Paredes. Canna has had a big day. 2 for 4, a homer, a single, 3 RBIs. And that's a strike. His single in the ninth tied it, and he made a sensational running catch. It was in the top of the 10th inning. Took what would have been a short double away from Andrelton Simmons. Now Canna has a chance to win it. A little bit inside, 94 miles an hour. This is the catch with 1 out and nobody on in the 10th inning.
A little bit of a momentum builder, you think, Kipe? 5% chance that was getting caught. And he reeled it in. So let's go.
Not close. And even if you're Paredes here, Dallas, you do have a base to play with.
Right. Find yourself in a 3-1 count. Maldonado doing a good job of bodying up here. But again, 3-1 count. Might not want to throw that cookie here.
Slowly walked in. So now it'll be up to Lucroy.
Now batting the catcher, number 21, Jonathan Lucroy.
So Lucroy will try to be the hero. Lucroy is 0 for 4. 5 infielders. First pitch is low. Well, the base to play with is gone.
Gotta have you now.
Lucroy ready to hit. Drive to center. That's going to win it, and that is going to be we'll give him a single, and we're going to give him a walk-off. As Lowry trots home, Jonathan Lucroy comes through in the bottom of the 11th inning, and how about that victory to close out the homestand?
Well, this is what perseverance can do for a ball club. You find yourself out in front, you find yourself down, you scratch and claw all the way back, you take it into extras, you put together some good at-bats, and you find yourselves clapping hands in a walk-off celebration.
So Jonathan Lucroy's first hit of the afternoon. He had to wait a while for it, but it comes in the bottom of the 11th inning, and it's a game winner. So Jonathan Lucroy, one of the many heroes in this afternoon's walk-off win. And that one bounced right off the base of the wall. Lowry comes in to score. So the A's win a home series against a division opponent. That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal, especially heading into this road trip. You know, we've got the folks in the Central. Jonathan Lucroy says, I will see you in San Diego.
So the A's get back to the 500 mark. They finish the 10-game homestand with a 5-5 record, as indeed they start the long road trip, which will begin in San Diego. But well, you got to go back to that 9th inning. Certainly a spirited effort by the A's, but I still think that the first pitch being hit out of the ballpark by Simeon, I think it just obviously changed the score, but I think it just kind of changed the whole inning. And then when we got to the 11th, it was Jonathan Lucroy who wins it, and Jonathan is standing by right now downstairs. And Jonathan, before we get to your hit, we've been talking about the effect that Marcus Semien hitting the first pitch of the bottom of the ninth out of the ballpark, what kind of effect did you think that had on Parker, the pitcher?
Hold on a second, guys. We got some action over here.
Uh-oh. Get it out of the way.
All right.
Just look to your left.
Might need to replace this equipment in a minute.
Yeah, just look to your left right now. Look, there's nothing going on.
Hold on a second. I'll move this.
Okay. There you go. Woo! See,
that really, that'll refresh you real good, boys.
Yeah. Jonathan, you are a veteran in so many different ways. That was a veteran move by you.
You just got to wear it, man.
Saving our equipment. So I'll re-ask the question. How important and what do you think the effect was Marcus Semien hitting the first pitch of the bottom of the ninth inning out of the ballpark? It looked like it affected Blake Parker after that.
Yeah, I mean, look, anytime you can ambush a guy and get a big knock, especially score that run there, bring this game, to what it was. Great. I mean, Parker panicked after that a little bit and seen him around a little bit, but yeah, he gave it up and we were able to tie the game and keep grinding and battling. I tell you what, it is hard to get a ball out here to center field, boys. Man, my last at bat, I hit a ball really good to center and didn't go anywhere, and that one right there, thank God I got out there enough and they weren't playing.
Well, we'll see you in the weight room with Cuffy, Luke.
Yeah, no joke, man. I need to get some curls in or something.
Talk a little bit about the adjustments you made second and third time through the lineup with Daniel Mingden. Didn't look totally sharp from the onset, but you guys were able to mix and match, move the baseball around. What was the thought process?
Yeah, look, just trying to mix and match. Obviously he's been kind of grinding here lately and hadn't been as sharp as he was earlier on, but we were able to keep him off the board. They scratched here and there, had a few, but we were able to just keep mixing and just bring the bullpen in and keep grinding the bats out. Wasn't our best game, but obviously we pull out a win, so it really doesn't matter. But obviously it's a great great result to a grinder of a game for sure.
And Jonathan, I'm going to ask you about Blake Trinan. What is it like to catch this guy? Because we marvel at what he does because he's throwing an easy, and it's an easy 98. But it's just diving off the table. Yeah. When you're back there catching, what are you thinking?
Well, the way I look at it is it's kind of like a left-handed slider coming at you, and he's throwing a right-handed sinker. Dallas can tell you. It's 98, 99, going straight down. You really, as a hitter, you really got to try to hit the bottom of the baseball. If you swing out like a regular pitch, you're going to roll over it or miss it, like you saw, Chris Young do that last at bat there for him. But you really have to try to hit the bottom of the ball, because if you don't, you're going to roll over it or miss it, because it's diving hard and it's a nasty pitch, buddy. I've caught some sinkers in my life, but that's probably
that's a sinker.
That's a legit elevator sinker right there.
All right, and he's the winner too. We'll give the win to Blake Trinan. But Jonathan Lucroy, you're the hero today. Congratulations. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, guys. Happy Father's Day.
All right, thank you. You too. So Jonathan Lucroy, again, he's pretty darn good. He can hit, he wins games, and you know what? He helps out the equipment as well. See,
he knows
how you save equipment.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Like you said, it's a salty vet.
All right. So your time of game was 3 hours and 38 minutes, 21,217. They stuck it out, and they saw a walk-off win by the Athletics, and it was a good one, and we're thrilled that it happened, wrapping up this homestand. Brody, take it away, buddy.